Hello, online family. I have been quiet. And not the building in silence kind of silence, but the kind of silence where you just stop. No recording, no posting. Thank God some of my accounts have a manager for that. So at least they were going on, but no showing up. Not doing anything. Was it voluntarily? No, a lot just went down. But it was really a good time to just be off everything and just sit down and relax. And I realize now that I'm back on track. It's like 1 week and a half later that I needed that more than I thought I did. I know most of you follow me for my consistency, growth, and showing up every day. But today I want to talk about something that we don't talk about every day: rest. Because somewhere on the way, we were made to fail. If you stop, you're failing. If you take a break, you are losing. And if you rest, someone else is getting ahead of you. But what if I told you that sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do is just pause? Hello, online family. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brightstar, and this one is just not another star. This one is beautiful, bold, bright, brave, brilliant, and a little extra. Bright by name, bold by papers. Bright by name, star by nature. Built from grass to grace, rising through skies and refusing to dim. On this channel, I am not just Brightstar. I am your online bestie. Here, we laugh, we shine, and we grow together. Life is too short to dim your lights. If you've ever lost your lights, I hope you find some of it here. And that is why here it's all things bold, all things Brightstar. This past week, I was tired. Not just physically, but emotionally, financially. okay. Now that one has been going on for a while. But I was just exhausted. You know, when everything happens at once: work pressure, friendships, relationships, responsibilities, expectations. And then you're still expected to show up as if everything is normal. That happened. And I hadn't even noticed it, but I was posting, but not feeling it. Smiling, but not really smiling. Showing up, but drained. I didn't know how deep that happened until something happens. And then I crashed out like the whole day. I will never forget that day. It happened on a Sunday. And I was really, literally, like, I crashed out. It was a small thing, but I crashed like the whole day. It's like I was waiting for a reason for me to break down. It was like I was waiting for a reason for me to cry. And I cried the whole day. I was anxious the whole day. Cried at night. And on Monday, again, I had to handle it. But Monday, I did a few recordings. But Tuesday, I had to handle it the whole day. The whole week, it was just constantly solving this back and bar. But then that whole week, I also took break. I knew if I kept going on like that, I was going to burn out and I couldn't go on like that. So I had to take a break. And honestly, I'm glad that life forced me to rest, because I rested. And you know, the hardest thing for me is that when I say rest, I intend to just lie down and think about my goals and my career and just show up and just, rest. But you know what? I never rest. I've never rested. Because I'll find something to do on that phone. I'll either start go to social media and start replying to people. I will either start, looking at what the team must be doing so that I can direct. I actually don't know how to rest. But this other time, I was exhausted mentally, so I had to rest. And I needed it because I feel like right now I'm back. It's like 1 week and a half. And I'm feeling a little bit fresh because I took a break for myself. And I had to process a lot. And I think the reason why I don't like resting is that it also forces me to face myself and face my life and how things have been. And that is not pretty. Let me just tell you, that is not pretty. Because sometimes I end up crying. I'm like, I end up like, Yes, girl, you've been through a lot. So, yeah, it was important that I rested. But I think I need to rest and just shut my brain. I don't know who can do for me a brain surgery where they just remove my active part of the brain and then I just rest like for like a month without thinking about anything. But anyway, point is, it was important. I noticed something about myself this week, that every time I am going through something, I take a break. And every time I take a break, I end up drained, literally, mentally, emotionally. I end up feeling like I'm failing. Like I have lost the one thing that I've really tried to work so hard for. Like I am failing myself. Like I'm slagging behind. Like I am actually a problem and I am risking the life I have tried to build. There's always a voice in my head telling me, Brightstar, you can do better. This makes my breaks very draining as opposed to what it's supposed to do. That is giving me rest and making me feel rejuvenated. Because every time I'm sleeping or every time I'm resting or every time I'm taking a break, I always tell myself, you are failing. There's always a voice whispering. Like, it's like you don't deserve this. Not really, but it's like, why are you failing yourself? And I'm constantly worried about the things I'm not doing. I'm like, I'm not showing up in social media. I am not recording videos. I am not doing anything to push my goals forward. And I didn't think about it so much until last week. Like today is on a Thursday. So there was something that happened in my life. It had to do with my team on a Sunday. And it drained me so much emotionally, like literally so much. I am pro people. I care for people. And so when something happens that involves the people that work for me, it was really, really a lot and it drained me so much. And so when that happened, today's Thursday, so I haven't read my Bible, I haven't like posted. There's one account that I'm trying to build, so I am the one who posts on it. But other accounts are delegated, so thankfully the ones I've delegated, someone was still posting on them. But the ones that I was in charge myself, everything stagnated. My Bible, doing YouTube videos, everything stagnated because I was going through it. And when I'm going through it, I take a break until I'm okay. And now my brain keeps convincing me that that is a failure behavior. And today I had a thought about it. Today, I started looking at it differently. What if the break is not the problem? What if the break is actually the reason I'm able to show up again, more energized? What if the break is the reason I keep going? When I shifted my mindset and started thinking about it from that angle, I was like, oh wait, I have been feeling like I am my own worst enemy because I am not able to handle overwhelming situations and still go on with my daily life. Like I literally crash out and burn out and I'm just spiraling. I am so grateful that whenever I'm going through something, I don't record anything or post anything because that will be draining. But I say to myself, I have been blaming myself every time that happens. I tell myself, oh, Brightstar, you are the problem. You're the reason you're lagging behind. And even if you go through my writings in one of my social media platforms, I write, by the way, this girl is just not a pretty face. This girl is just not a pretty, she's not just a fashionista. She's not just someone with good English. She's not someone who speaks eloquently. This girl is also talented when it comes to writing. I write once in a while. And even if you go through some of my writings that I've done in some of my social media platforms, there's always that. Myself asking myself, how much would I have done in this life if I didn't take breaks? How far would I be? But then today I looked at it, my patterns and how every time I take a break, I actually show up more with more energy because I'm able to process whatever it is that I'm going through and process it well. Like I don't just process it in between. I crash out, I cry, I am just lost for some days, I disappear from the world, I don't pick calls, I don't respond. And for the longest time, I've always wanted to fight that and I've always tried to work on that. But I'm realizing, what if this is actually my superpower? What if this is the reason I show up with more energy and I'm always the bubbly Brightstar, the happy Brightstar, the Brightstar who is always showing up for everybody, and the Brightstar who is easily forgiven and who is easily able to just build this life that I'm trying to build. What if the break is the reason I'm able to come back with more energy. Because when I thought about it, I realized one thing. Every time I take a step back, every time I disappear, I don't come back weaker. I come back stronger. I come back clearer. I come back with energy that I didn't have before. So maybe I haven't been failing myself. Maybe I have been saving myself. Most of us, you included, yes, you is watching this video. You are part of most of us in this statement, okay? We need to stop romanticizing burnout. Being tired every day is not a badge of honor. Struggling every day is not proof that you are working hard enough. It's okay to rest. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to pause and breathe. Because the truth is, you don't lose your vision by resting. Or, rest is not the reason why you lose your vision. You lose your vision when you are too exhausted to remember why you started. And when I think about it, when I started out, I had my vision very clear. I wanted to be a leader. I just wanted to change lives and impact lives, and I wanted to be famous for doing that. Like, I wanted to have something that makes me famous so that I could actually impact more lives. I wanted to be an inspiration. But then, because I was constantly working, constantly trying to like build my life, constantly trying to like show up for everybody, I ended up losing my vision and forgetting why I started in the first place. And when I did that, I forgot my vision. And I need to tell you, you lose your vision when you're constantly burnt out. And I did not understand the reason why I constantly have breaks is because it's God's way, it's God's design of making me rest a bit, because I never rest. If I were to be left alone with all those constant crashing out or going through stuff, I would never rest at all. So God sometimes wants me to just rest and lay on bed and remember my vision. I asked myself a very important question this week. Am I building my dream, or am I running away from exhaustion? Because sometimes we hide behind work so that we cannot deal with how exactly we are feeling. And you want to know what was my answer? My answer was I was running away from exhaustion. I have been exhausted for a while. I have been feeling like I need to take a deep rest. But it's just so hard to like sit down and do nothing and face myself and my feelings. And I know I need to like literally build my finances, literally rebuild my life. I have a lawyer that is, stagnant and things that need to be fixed. But what I do is I'm constantly very busy. Instead of building my dream life, I just make myself busy with anything, whether it's scrolling, whether it's watching. I'm not big in watching though. I'm big in reading. But now I don't read constructive stuff, maybe gossip. Like, I just keep myself busy instead of building my dream. And it's something I'm learning. And I want to ask you the same. Are you really building your dream? Do you have a list of the things that you've been doing this week or last week, and are those things contributing to your dream, or they are actually making you escape from your exhaustion? And I understand that really, really well, because sometimes we confuse being busy with being productive, and sometimes we think, oh, okay, as long as I'm busy, I am doing something, but is it bringing results? And I had to like really, really ask myself questions and ask myself like, if it's bringing results, if it's actually working, why am I stuck? Why am I in this place where I feel like I need to do more? It means I need to like let go of some of the activities that I'm doing, and then I can focus on actually income generating activities, or activities that will actually help me, because I'm always busy. I am always busy, and my brain doesn't like resting, and I think that's most of us. Like, we can relate to that. What are some of the lessons I have learned about resting? Resting is not weakness. For the longest time, I think most of us have been taught that strength is being strong in everything. That if you are tired, you must keep going. That if you're overwhelmed, you must hide it. That if you need a moment, you must act like you don't. But I realized that strength is not pretending that you're okay when you're not. Strength is actually being honest enough to admit that you're tired. Strength is recognizing when your hurt, body, and mind needs a pause. Strength is choosing healing over pretending. Because the weakness is not in resting. The weakness is in ignoring yourself until you break. Taking a break is not quitting, it's recharging. Quitting means giving up on what you love, on what matters to you. Taking a break means you care so much about what you're building to want to come back better. There's a difference. When your phone battery dies, you don't throw away the whole phone. You recharge it. It's the same thing. When your body is tired, your mind is exhausted, and your emotions are heavy, you need the same recharge. A break does not mean your dreams are over. A break means you actually care about those dreams so much to want to come back better and keep dreaming and dream better. Sometimes, the most productive thing you can actually do to yourself is resting well enough to hear yourself again. The guilt that you feel while resting is not the truth. It is pressure. Pressure from the society. Pressure from comparison. Pressure from the idea that you must always be doing something to prove you're serious. But that's not true. Sometimes you might actually be resting and then your mind is actually attacking you, telling you that other people are moving faster, telling you that you are failing behind, telling you that you are wasting time. A lot of times, it's actually pressure. A lot of times, it's actually fear. A lot of times, it's actually the unhealthy belief that your worth or your value comes from you being productive. But you are worthy even when you're not performing. You are valuable even when you pause. And you don't have to punish yourself for being human, honestly. You don't. You just don't have to. Let go of the pressure. It's not the truth. You are not failing when you pause. You are preparing. Preparation does not always look loud. Sometimes preparation looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like sleeping. Sometimes it looks like taking a step back and getting your mind right. Sometimes it looks like processing your emotions so that they don't destroy how you show up. We think that progress counts only when people say it. But some of the deepest progress happens in private. When you rest, reflect, and reset, you're preparing yourself to come back stronger, with more energy, more wisdom, more clarity, and more intention. So no, a pause is not always a setback. Sometimes it's a setup for your next strong season. Consistency is never about stopping. It's about always coming back. I think we define consistency in such a harsh way. We make it look like if you miss a day, if you miss a week, if you miss a moment, then you've ruined everything. But real consistency is bigger than that. Consistency looks like saying, yes, I got tired. Yes, I needed a break. Yes, I had a bad week. But I came back. That is consistency. Because life will happen. Emotions will happen. Unexpected things will happen. Exhaustion will happen. And if you understand consistency in a way that doesn't leave room for being human, it will always make you feel as if you're failing. But if you understand that consistency means always returning, always coming back, always beginning, always starting again, always showing up again, then you will stop being so hard on yourself. Sometimes consistency looks like running. Sometimes it looks like walking. And sometimes it looks like crawling back to your purpose. But as long as you always come back, you are consistent. I took a break for 1 week and I've always taken breaks for weeks or months. And for the first time, I am not ashamed of it because now I understand that rest is not the opposite of consistency. It's actually part of it. I hope this message spoke to you. I hope it really did. But thank you for staying until the end. And please let me know in the comment section. When was the last time you actually rested? And I'm not saying resting while you're working on your phone or your laptop. I'm saying resting, like deep, deep resting. When was the last time you took a rest, you reset, and you actually just had a moment to breathe? We have come to the end of today's video. Thank you for tuning in. Shine, shine, besties, and see you in the next video.